Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good night, good afternoon, whatever part of the world you're on today. This episode of As a Tarot Turns is brought to you on purpose with purpose. I am your host, Nacho Mama. Some people call me Crystal, some people call me Criddle, like Riddle with a C. Either way, Nacho Mama is a personality, not a person. Today, we're going to see what the biggest obstacle for Taurus is. What's your biggest obstacle right now, Taurus? Whatever sort of messages Spirit has for the Taurus collective on what their biggest obstacle is. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe if you so feel inclined. Thank you for your patience. I was out at a memorial event. My friend lost his son. They went to a party and they wouldn't let this younger kid into the party because it was like an adult party. And the kid went back and got a gun and shot up the house. And one of my friend's sons happened to be in that house. So we had a memorial in Iowa. That's where I've been. Been in Iowa for Mayo Fest, for Mason's Memorial. So thank you for your patience with me. I'm sure some of y'all saw some of those videos, you know, my little adventure there. But anyways, enough about me. Taurus. Taurus, what does universe think your biggest obstacle is right now, Taurus? What is your biggest obstacle? What is the biggest obstacle for Taurus right now? What is Taurus's biggest obstacle? Please and thank you. So mote it be. Taurus's biggest obstacle. Viva la resistance. Resistant, huh? Resistance. And abandonment. So you're definitely resisting some sort of change here. Viva la resistance. Could be dealing with a Scorpio. Could be dealing with a Pisces. But your biggest obstacle right now is resistance. Resistance to some sort of change. Resistance from some sort of walking away from something. Resistance from acceptance, you know? Acceptance of change. There's some sort of resistance here. Resistance from walking away from things that are making you miserable. You know, if something is making something or someone is making you miserable, it's like, no, it'll get better. It'll get better. It'll get better, you know? But all that is creating more, it'll get better. It'll get better, you know? Instead of telling yourself, it's better. It's better. Like, we have to be really careful with the words that we use. But I feel like there's a definite stubbornness here of not walking away from something that is making you miserable or someone that is making you miserable. It's like holding on, you know, because it can get better, because the potential's there, because, you know, because you've invested so much time already into it. But if it's making your heart space miserable, you have the King of Cups in the reverse. So it's making your heart space miserable. You know, I feel like you are concealing your emotions about it. You know, you don't want to talk about it. You don't want to acknowledge that that's the way you feel. You know, so you do other things instead. Like you go and play video games. You work all the time. You know, there's something that you are avoiding. You're avoiding doing. But there's something that makes you very miserable, and you're avoiding how it makes you feel. You're either avoiding your emotions or you're avoiding a person. Excuse me. So your biggest obstacle right now is resistance to change. The resistance to acknowledge how you feel about something, you know? Like you just ignore it and sweep it underneath the rug and pretend like it's all okay. And the universe is asking you to have strength to face whatever this is. Whatever this cup is that is in the reverse here, whatever is not fulfilling your heart space, it's going to take some strength for you to actually face how you feel, to be true to yourself. That's the most powerful thing that we can do with other people, is to express our true feelings to them as well, you know? In the long run, I'd rather be punched in the face with the truth than kissed with a lie over and over again. I think you're kissing something with a lie. You're pretending like everything is okay, but in your heart space it's definitely not. But you're resistant to, you know, the emotions and the turmoil that actual truth creates, you know. But it's the truth. So if that's the truth, then you need to be honest with yourself about it, Taurus. You know, we can't just kiss something with a lie and pretend that it's the truth and then, you know, hope it'll go away, because it won't ever go away. Then you end up resentful, you know, resentful that you stayed with a person that you didn't want to be with, resentful that you stayed in a job that was making you miserable, resentful of whatever it is that you are kissing with a lie, you know, all because you have an investment in it. You've invested so much of your time, so much of your energy, so much, you know, of your effort into this, into whatever this situation is here. And it's like you don't want to follow your own true north because you feel like it'll make some sort of situation volatile. It'll hurt somebody else's feelings, you know. But in the long run, the fact that you're not happy with this person, or not happy with your job, or not happy with wherever you're at, and you're pretending like you are, and you're not being honest with yourself, is going to hurt a lot more in the long run. Yeah, indecision. And I believe it's because you have so much invested. You know, that's a Taurus card. Investment is a Taurus card. So we have Sagittarius, Pisces, Scorpio, and Taurus, along with Leo. But the truth is that it makes you, it's not fulfilling, you know? If we come home and we kiss our partner and tell them how much we love them, I mean, it's not a fact that you don't love them. You know, of course we love people, but if it's making you miserable, then is that really part of your progress, you know? Part of your progress is owning your own truth. Part of your progress is understanding your own soul's true desires. And if you're coming home every day and just want to escape from something, you know, or if you're going to work to just escape something, if you're waking up miserable every day to go to work, you know, then you're kissing yourself with a lie. I'd rather be punched in the face with the truth than kissed with a lie every day. Yeah, I think you're just worried that it's going to cause conflict. You're worried about the outcome, you know, about what following your true heart's desire is going to lead you, you know, how it's going to hurt other people. But in the long run, it's better to be honest now than in 5 years from now. Than if it was me and I was with somebody and, you know, they kept telling me how much they loved me and how much, you know, that they were happy to be with me, but then they always escaped to work. They were always never home, never wanted to be around, you know, and then 5 years later, I find out that they'd had these feelings 5 years. For 5 years, they kissed me with some sort of lie, some sort of promise of potential. You know, the potential of it could get better, the potential of, oh, I'll be in love with this person again. There's a different difference between loving somebody and being in love with them, you know? Yeah, but you're very unfulfilled. You're just unfulfilled. And I think that you're resisting that. You're resisting looking at the truth of that. You're resisting following your true north because you're scared. You're scared of the strife and the crisis and the hurt feelings that it's going to cause in the long run. But in all actuality, not being true to yourself will cause more grief in the long run than being true to yourself right now. Let's see what we can get from the angels. Sort of advice do you have for the Taurus collective on their obstacles? Energy work. Life can be electrifying because its very essence is energy. Your body is a remarkable energy field that will positively respond to loving treatments. Your hands and heart are activated to give healing energy to your loved ones and clients. So maybe y'all just need to actually, I mean, it's so weird that we don't touch the people that we love, you know? Like, I have male best friends that, you know, it becomes awkward. Like if you get cuddly with them or you hug them, you know, then there's some sort of awkward weirdness there. And it really shouldn't have to be like that. Like, I don't think we touch the people we love nowhere near enough. You know, a 10-second hug, a 5-second hug can do wonders for a person, for their day, you know? Hug that person every day if you love them. Touch their hands, touch their back, like touch each other in a loving way if you love each other. It doesn't have to be sexual for you to actually like love someone, you know, but we are so programmed and conditioned to not hug strangers, to not, you know what I mean, to not touch people in general. You'd be surprised what just a hug could do for someone during their day. You got Cupid, huh? We send great waves of love into your heart and mind, awakening your love for life itself. Your clear decision to accept and enjoy romance has triggered this reawakening. Allow yourself to spontaneously celebrate love in all of its glorious aspects. See, love just is. The who, the where, the what, the when, the why are all conditions of something that's unconditional. Those are all, like the who is a condition, the what is a condition, the why is a condition of something that just is love. So Taurus, I think your biggest obstacle is facing your own feelings, facing your true self. Like I feel that either you're kissing somebody with a lie or they're kissing you with a lie and you know it. So, and I think you have a resistance to accepting and to acknowledging that that's really the truth. And that's a hard pill to swallow sometimes on both ends. But in the long run, you know, put yourself in the other person's shoes. What would it be like for you if you found out 5 years from now that they were just in love with your potential, that they were just faking it the whole time, you know, that they weren't being honest with themselves, even though they kind of knew it, they weren't following their true path, right? It's always much better to be respectful and to honor your own self than to go against your own soul. So don't go against your own soul. I love you guys. And until next time, Nacho Mama out. Vroom, beep, beep.